said, "Come in, stranger, it's good to have you home." I hurried through 'cause I knew it was you when I saw your dog wagging his tail.
This is my brother Wesley Lee Short, and my name is Harry Lee Short. Neither one of us seem to want to go anywhere or do anything. He don't want to go. He ain't been out on the porch for 3 years, and
hot out there.
Well, it has been this summer, and I'm so busy shoveling horse manure. We're making this movie so that all our family can see just how fabulous we're doing and looking.
Yeah. We're beautiful, and we're old and in the way, but the women still like us.
Now, I told you don't bring that up because Barb's going to watch this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to bring that up.
I know you didn't, but you do anyway. But anyway, we're just making this thing because we sit around here and we ain't got nothing else to do but make stupid crap like this so that we can entertain somebody, I hope. I guess it's 3 years ago next month. We went over the Labor Day weekend, and Wesley got the bright idea. He said, "We need to go on a road trip." And I said, "Well, yeah, I think that'd be a good idea." And so Johnny Dark, our other brother up here, was supposed to go with us, and he chickened out. Now, had I known then what I know now, I might have chickened out too and put Wesley on the damn Greyhound bus and been done with it. But as it was, we wangled Nippy. We wangled Nippy's car because, you know, she was kind of worried that Wes's car wouldn't make it. And Wes didn't want to pay the gas for my truck. And so anyway, so here we strike out early in the morning for Colorado. And we got on the road and we're going on up and north and traveling through. And we got to Wichita, Kansas. Well, now Wichita, Kansas is an interesting little place. It's flatter than a pancake. And we stopped at this restaurant. And we're going to have breakfast. And I'll tell you what, it was so embarrassing because Wesley got in there and got to flirting with the waitresses. And he had them little old gals so dadgum confused. And he's going along there and they said, "Well, where are you fellas from?" And we told them we was from Arkansas. And they said, "Well, you know, what are you doing coming through Wichita?" I said, "Well, we was on a cattle buying trip." That's what he said. And I'm thinking, cattle buying trip? What's he talking about? Well, the next thing you know, she comes back and he says, "Yeah, we're on a cattle buying trip." And, "Oh, that's nice, that's nice." She says, "Yeah, one hamburger at a time." And oh, Lord, I wanted to crawl under the table. So anyway, we ate and we paid and got out of there and got back on the road. And here we get along, we're going along there, you know, and we're getting in Kansas. And I'm going to tell you something about Kansas. You get on the interstate, and what you see out the front of the car and what you see in the rear view mirror, there ain't a nickel's worth of difference. It is all the same.
Yep. So
we're driving along there, you know, and we'd talk a while, and Wes would sleep a while, and I'd drive a while. We got up to Lyman, Colorado, along about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And we run into the damnedest thunderstorm you have ever seen. I did not know that the thunderstorm could be that vicious without killing people.
That's right.
And the thunder was a cracking and everything, and the hail was a pouring down, and we got up under an overpass, you know, and Wesley's saying, "Well, that's a pretty good little shower." I said, "Yeah, it is." Boy, I mean, it was awful. It was black. You couldn't see for the rain and the hail, and it was green. Then it turned green. So anyway, we finally wound our way to Denver, Colorado. Well, we had a nice visit with Shane and the family and the grandkids, and I guarantee you, Shane and Randy was as glad to see us leave as any girl could have been, because we had them 2 grandkids so messed up by the time we left there.
You're talking about cowboy help now.
Oh, we were both wearing our hats and everything, and they decided that they needed to have all the outfits, and it wouldn't do nothing. We had to go to, was it Drysdale's?
No, that's Shepherd's.
Shepherd's store in Denver. And poor old Shane walked out of there. I tell you what, probably took him 6 months to pay off the tab off of that little shopping trip. They had hats and they had boots and they had all kinds of stuff.
Then they had to have guns.
And then they had to have guns. And so anyway, we wore out our welcome there. And so then he says, well, what we need to do is we need to go to Taos, New Mexico. And I said, well, Wes, what's in Taos? And he said, well, I've got some friends there that we can go see, and you know, and said they live in Red River, which is on the way. I said, okay. So here we go. We're going down the highway, you know, and we get to turn off to Red River, and we turn and we go on down through there, and it's just pretty country as you could want to see. And we pull into Red River, and during this period of time, I said, Wesley, don't you want to call your friends and let them know we're coming? Oh, we'll just drop in. I said, okay. So anyway, here we go. We go down there to Red River, and we pull into a little old town. It's a skiing town, so it was a summertime, so it wasn't nobody there but the locals. And so naturally, as we pull into town, we pass a bar.
That's what you look for first, bar and then gas station.
And then a hotel, if you're going to spend the night. So anyway, that's part of the story coming up. But anyway, so we see that bar, and old Wesley says, I'm thirsty. And I said, well, you know, I'm thirsty too. So we pull a turn around and go back, and we park in front of that bar, and we go in, and we're sitting there, you know. And we order a beer. We're sitting there, and directly somebody heard us talking. Said, where are you folks from? And Wesley said, well, we're from Arkansas. And I said, oh, are you here on a business trip? And I'm thinking, well, now, he ain't eating nothing, so we can't use the hamburger line. And I said, well, what is he going to do? Well, old Wesley kicks his hat back, and he kind of leans back and wiggles his shoulders a little bit, and he says, yeah, says, this is my brother. Says, we're on a business trip. We're in the iron and steel business. And the bartender says, oh, really? You buy scrap iron, or what do you do? I said, no, says, wives take in ironing and we steal.
Works every time.
Works every time. Well, they all cracked up. You know, we're going on about, we're probably down into about the third or fourth round, for third or fourth beer. And we'd done gathered what little late afternoon crowd there was there. And Wesley decides that he's going to pull a joke on everybody. And I said, all right. So he gets a napkin, bar napkin, and he spreads it out, and he reaches in his pocket and he gets some coins, and he puts a nickel on this corner, he's got it flat on the bar, nickel on this corner, a dime on this corner, and a quarter on this corner, and a penny in the middle, and another nickel or whatever on the corner. So he's got 4 corners with coins on it, and a penny in the middle. So he says, I'll bet you that I can tell which one of these coins you touch by psychic power. And I was thinking there, I'm trying my best to maintain a poker face because I don't know what in the hell he's talking about.
Well, I'm thinking that he already knew the trick.
Well, that goes on. It goes on. So anyway, he says, all right, and then he says, go ahead, I'll walk over here, and he goes over about, on the other side of the bar, and he's standing there with his face toward the wall, where he supposedly can't see, and they'll sit there and they'd touch a coin. And I look at it, and I say, okay. Well, he'd come back. Well, here he come back, and he looks at me, and he looks at my beer on the napkin on the bar, and I'm just drinking my beer, down there looking around. And he says, and he waves his hand over it, and he looks at me, And I'm looking back at him, and I got the blankest look on my face as if I was...
He's like a bull looking at a new gate. He don't know what the hell that is.
And I'm just looking at him, and I said, now what in the hell is this old coot up to? And anyway, so he puts his hand, and that wasn't it. And he said, well, we'll have to do that again. He goes over there and does the same thing. When he comes back, same result. He looks at me, I look at him. He fools around with the napkin, points to a coin, ain't the one. Later that night, I said, after we'd found a motel and we'd got a place to stay and everything, we was all ensconced in our room and getting ready for the next day. I said, what in the hell was that all about? And he said, you didn't know the joke, did you? And I said, no, I didn't. It would have been nice if you'd have told it to me before we got there so we could have pulled it off. And what I was supposed to do was that when I would sit there with my beer and the napkin, and whatever coin they pointed to, I was supposed to set my beer on the corner of the napkin where that coin was.
Exactly. Simple.
Simple. Except for one thing. The simplest things, if you don't know them, are the mysteries of the universe.
Exactly. And it's what it is a failure to communicate.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time we pull that trick, of course now the thing about it is we both need to be ready to get the hell out of that bar as soon as they figure out what we done.
Mm-hmm.
Friends and neighbors, I want to talk with you about a new product that's on our sponsor list. Granny Higginbotham's Old Timey Biscuit Mix. Now this stuff is good. It is really good. And if you'll remember them old cathead biscuits that your grandma used to make on the farm, where they was just absolutely delicious. You just couldn't get enough of them. Pour a little of that country red-eye gravy on there, and it would just, oh man, it'd make your lips turn around and smack your teeth. Well, Granny Higginbotham's old-timey biscuit mix will bring that back, those memories for you, and you'll enjoy them with a lot of that good old honey, or you can even put a little of that sorghum syrup on there, that sorghum molasses. Oh, baby, it'll make a puppy pull a freight train. So you look at your store and you ask them if they've got Granny Higginbotham's old-timey biscuit mix. You won't be sorry.
Tempted and tried, we're oft made to wander. Why should it be thus all the day